This was brought up before, and I'm going to bring it up again. I think WWE 2K should be a live service game. I got a couple reasons why. Let's go on ahead and get into it. So WWE 2K24, obviously great game, lots of updates, but it's still missing a couple of things. We're talking about WWE 2K25 comes out next year. They only got a couple months to make that game. Just imagine if they had one foundation, and I feel like they found this foundation within WWE 2K24, and by any means I'm not saying this game is perfect, nor this is the game that we should be stuck with for a live service game, but imagine if they found the foundation, which I think they did with the engine, just not everything else inside the modes. When we look at community creation seems to be more broken than most years, and it might not be community creation's fault, but it's very slow. And also, we're getting the memory glitch where it's like, oh, you don't have enough memory to do this. If you downloaded 5 to 6 arenas with 15 to 20 created superstars when you have 100 slots, odds are you probably ran out of storage, memory, whatever you want to call it. Just imagine if 2K dropped a game that was damn near perfect, which is hard, but just imagine if it was a little bit better than this year's. And what I mean is the gameplay to me this year is extremely solid. Imagine if we had a universe mode in WWE 2K24 that actually worked, and something that they could carry along, or a story designer, just something along the lines where the mode had a lot of depth and it was just good in general. That would be a great way to start. But the live service game, man, look at it this way. I feel like they're starting to trend towards that way just a little bit. The WrestleMania 40 arena, that is a first. That is something that they've never done before, and they added it as a pre-order bonus to WWE 2K24, and something that we are getting if you bought the 100 Years of WrestleMania edition. That is super dope. I'd never thought that they would do that and they would scan it and get that done, and they did it. Last year, we got wrestlers added to the game. It was wrestlers that were previously scanned, but they still made the game as a free update. What if a live service was the best way for this game to go? Every single other week we get new Titantrons, new theme songs, new attires. Like, it feels by the time that we get WWE 2K24 or any other game, it feels already outdated. Because if you guys notice, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins got a brand new Street Profits song. They got it, and then they went right back to the other one, and on WWE 2K24 we're stuck with the one that was used probably for like a month, if that. It's just little things like that that you wish that were updated, because look guys, we still have 11 months to go with this game. Whether you like it or not, 11 more months. Just imagine if there was some sort of live service update where you can get the Rock updated attire, his WrestleMania 40 stuff, and even if we paid for it, we're still not expected to dish out those 70 to 120 bucks every year. You know what I'm saying? And you have the option to get what you want. Tama Tonga made his debut yesterday in the WWE. What if 2 months from now WWE wanted to add him to WWE 2K24? Just things like that. Now we have to wait a year. Tiffany Stratton's theme song, it changed to Tiffany time, then it went back, thankfully, to what she had before. You know, thankfully we don't need to change in a 2K game, but it would have been fire to have that. Then you see The Rock, just going right back to him again. One of the craziest entrances we've seen in the industry in recent memory. He goes on ahead, has a new theme song, says the final boss, has everything, new attire, just amazing stuff. What if we could get that stuff all in the same year? Listen, I'm not here to convince you guys. This is something that has its pros and cons, of course, because we could be stuck with a game that's ultimately not good, and then we're stuck with just live service updates, or we can opt in for the option where, you know, we want the game every year, we buy it every year, which by any means is fine. Community creations does more than enough to keep us updated, but if we can get like theme songs, Titantrons, that would be literally the icing on the cake. As a wrestling fan, I would love to have that, and the way that they're blocking modders out from WWE 2K24, it's tough. Because over the past years, I'll go on ahead and admit it, I don't make mods or anything like that, but I do take advantage of the perks of having a gaming PC, modding, and doing things like that on WWE 2K24. But it seems like this year they're adding a lot of barriers and things that are stopping those guys from doing their thing. And if we want to get into that dialogue, we can talk about how modders, you know, there's some modders that may exploit it. There's some modders who, you know, they're just there to keep the game updated, give us new wrestlers that may be in AEW and we want to throw into the roster. It just really depends on what you're looking at. And modding, personally for me, kept the game alive for me last year for a very, very long time. And it's something that is fun, man. I enjoy modding. But if we're not gonna have that option, live service, everything like that, seems to me that that would be a move that 2K could look at. The amounts of revenue that they would generate from this would be awesome, and I think that they wouldn't be so held back on working on the game. Just imagine a complete game, y'all. Story designer, my GM with universe mode stuff included, because I don't think they would ever bring back story designer and universe mode together, even though it was a thing at one point. But with my GM being in a game, they mesh universe, my GM together. You have a bunch of toggle on and off options to make sure that you can just do universe mode if you want to, and then you have story designer on the side, and we just have those modes full of jam-packed details that we've always wanted. But we also have stuff that's getting updated throughout the year that you have the choice to either purchase or not. Just things like that, man. It would be great. We've seen it work for Fortnite. We've seen it work for a bunch of other games. And yes, they're in different genres and things like that. So it can get tedious. It can get different. I think that a live service WWE 2K video game would do wonders. Like, I don't know. I think it's something that they can even look at as their B game. Right now, you have the A game, which is the simulation style game that comes out every year. What if 2K went ahead and said, all right, let's get another team and work on maybe an arcadey, more styled game that, you know, that the fans have been asking for, but they can get these updates with new wrestlers that come and debut, new theme songs, new Titantrons. Lots of ways they could go about it. Ultimately, I believe it's up to the WWE to pull the trigger on this and 2K to obviously sign off on it. But it's something that does excite me for the future, because right now, obviously, microtransactions, you pay for the season pass, you pay for the game, and it's something that occurs every year. And I think while we have the game coming out every year, it's not going to be up to the standards that fans want it to be at. Software, everything has improved to the point where everything takes so much longer and so much time that I still don't feel like 9-month development cycle is enough to give us the game that we truly want. But this is obviously a crazy topic that some people have like not the best opinions about, and they think that this is the worst idea ever. Me personally, it sucks to say, but I'm so normalized to microtransactions, and that's the worst thing ever, that I've gotten normalized to it. As somebody who's been playing video games since very, very young, it's just something that's kind of been just implanted in just my games and everything like that. I wish it was different, but that's just the way I guess my mind thinks at this point in time. So let me know how you guys feel about this, man. Let me know, do you guys think WWE should make a live service game, get rid of the current simulation that they have coming out every year? Or should they keep that one going but drop another game that keeps us updated throughout the year as well, that's a little bit more arcadey, gameplay style, a little bit more different than the 2K24 that we get with the simulation? If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.